Okay. Okay, I am back. Let's see, got my title fixed. So, gonna be playing some Reno Dragon Priest today. Been testing out this kind of variation recently. Mostly just like a tempo deck. It's not really a combo deck. I think some of the Raza cards are just kind of there for still, hopefully still pretty good reasons. This card is just too much stronger than Blackwing Technician. Let's go ahead and do this. If we get any drop below 3 mana, it's likely that it'll stick. Stream 2 nights in a row. Yeah, sorry about that. Can we see some Aviana Kun or Shadow Priest today? I am kind of playing a Shadow Priest. I don't know, but I tried some Aviana decks. Haven't really won yet with one, so not even one game. Shadow Form. I think it's okay. I kind of generally save it towards after Raza if possible, and it's kind of very situational, but you can do some cool stuff. Card's actually pretty important.
You wish to live forever?
Yeah, this card, I mean, it's pretty high value. It has some value late game against Draxus potentially as well, so it's a fair bit weaker, especially against end game boss. Alright, I feel like we just have to play the Guardian. We can't give him a trade here. Another thing is now that we have Blackwing Corruptor, we have another 5-drop here, so Operative isn't as important to have a dragon for. Missed out last night. Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going?
So many possibilities. At last, a worthy disciple.
Okay. We have good options here, whether he attacks or not. Like, if he trades, we can trade here, and Corruptor clear his board. If he doesn't trade, we can just trade our 3/6 into his 3/3. Actually, No, never mind. It's if he doesn't attack, it's better for him. Would you say a nuclear war is more probable than a worldwide epidemic? Yeah, I think so. That's pretty okay.
Your soul.
We're getting too weak to Hellfire here. I actually made a fairly big blunder this turn. What I should have done is traded the Twilight Guardian in for his 3/3, and then heal to 3/5. That way I would be better against Hellfire because my 3/4 would still be at 3/4. The Talon Priest.
So many possibilities.
That way he could like trade and coil potentially as a 3/5, but yeah. Actually would have played the Ooze if I did the other trade too. With the Ooze here, it's just too weak to Hellfire.
I wield the power of black.
Chickenators, thanks for the sub. Welcome back to the StrifeCro. Here's a Crow Fist. I would normally say just play Raza kind of as soon as you can when it's a decent tempo turn, and Shadow Form later. Like Shadow Form shouldn't really be a turn 3 play ever, I feel, unless you have nothing else. StrifeCro had high hopes for Priest. Seems super weak to Reno Lock that runs Drax and Jade decks, which are pretty prominent. Yeah, we will see. Ragnaros is one of my concessions to those two decks. I actually didn't have Ragnaros in this deck and in Dragon Priest in a long time. I feel like maybe Ragnaros is a card to consider because Ragnaros is very good against Reno Lock and against Jade decks. Like there's a point where Jade decks just play, you know, 1 mana 8/8s and 7/7s really with Ragnaros. Those kind of minions.
Funnel cakes! Get your funnel cakes here!
We're only killing a Ooze with Bookworm because our 5/4 trades in the same way against both minions, right? So if we Bookworm the Refresh Render, it's effectively the same thing as Bookworming the Ooze. How many dragons? Okay, this should be fine. I'm gonna do Operative and the Agent here. Unfortunately, I don't get the heal out of Whirlpool. That's one thing. So I can still play Bookworm next turn if I need to, because I can just play the Nether Spite Historian first with 8 mana, and then discover any dragon, and then I'll have another dragon for Bookworm. So I should still be able to activate anything in my hand. No Shrink Pot. No, I'm not using Shrink Pot. I tried it for a little bit. It was too situational for a tempo deck. Like, this is not a reactive deck, it is a proactive deck. Kind of just running, like, Auctioneer Beardo, Raza the Chained, and Shadow Form as kind of tech cards. Kind of like, not really tech cards, but kind of just, because if you're a Reno deck, you can't run, you know, 2 Twilight Drakes, 2 Twilight Guardians, and you can't have, like, 2 of the Dragons, so I had to spread it a little bit. They're actually pretty good. So...
Almost out of time.
Definitely not a bad result for me. Actually, a really weak Cat's Potion.
Once upon a time.
Take the high value card here. We have a lot of cards in our hand. I'm just gonna take the trade and heal. Let's say we take the 10 mana potion here. Get some burst. really proactive card here. Now we have a lot of damage with PO as well. He has used his Hellfire already. Could have played like more powerful moves like Twilight Drake instead of Kazakus, but because he's used Hellfire and I'm playing into the Twisting Nether turn, I think this is fine. Actually, wait. Really weak to Abyssal Enforcer too.
I wonder.
See, these are the spots you actually need to avoid. I should have actually played PO then on my guy instead of trading heal, because I can't afford to play from behind like that. Like if he plays Abyssal Enforcer, it's really bad for me. Ooh, Ysera. Guess it might get stolen. Ooh, lucky me. Beowulf, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the StrifeCro. Crowfist.
I must consider.
Let me change your mind. I shall bring you
This looks good, I guess. There's like Potion of Madness, there was Bookworm, there was Cabal here. So many different ways. But Potion of Madness, it was hard for me to set it up where both the minions die because of the taunt. Mostly assuming I would get Twisting Nethered here. That actually was the Brand combo was pretty bad for me. Gonna be hard to grind him out, actually. This is 8-12 damage. Kazakus Potion can set up for lethal. That might be our best bet here. We're losing a big removal option, though. Because basically he forced me to overcommit into his Twisting Nether, even if he didn't get lucky on the MC tech. Like, I wouldn't have committed Ysera into that board when I already had board control. If you Cabal Brand, do you get another minion from Brand effects? No, you don't. And you also, like, if you have, say, a Potion of Madness, then played Bookworm, it wouldn't work either. Like, those kind of effects don't work. It just tries to target the same minion twice. So...
Out of time. The end is coming.
Let's go ahead and Bookworm here.
trust me.
Body might be a little bit weaker than Twilight Drake. But it's like, if I play Twilight Drake Showered Pain, I don't have another dragon in my hand to activate Bookworm. We have 5, 9 with PO. Doesn't really look like lethal. Strife, do you think it'll ever be good to run double Shadowform in this list? No, I actually think Shadowform is one of the worst cards in this list. The very first time I played this list, I had 2 Shadowforms. That's actually my exact thought. So I could do crazy stuff with Raza, but it turns out that the Shadowform is close to the worst card out of all 30 cards in this list still. And then you're ruining your Reno, and the thing is, you're also trying to play like Hazardous on turn 4 a lot. It's not like Reno in some games where you're playing late game, where you're having like 2 ice blocks in Mage or something like that.
Time is money, friend.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can actually dream the dude to get a Sun Fury, but I feel like Dream is better. Do you get more from subscriptions or donations? I feel like probably subscriptions. After Twitch Prime, maybe?
So many possibilities.
Yeah, also like Razzle, a lot of times you want to play on turn 5, and if you don't draw both your Shadow Forms early, it would ruin your tempo plays of those minions, so... But yeah, like I almost never play Shadow Form turn 3 in this deck. It's... Ideally you play Raza before you even play Shadow Form. But I kind of like Shadow Form in this with Raza because the thing about Priest Hero Power is most of the time it's like Raza's kind of balanced for Priests where most of the time you're not healing anything. It's like very situational. Like this turn, out of all the hero powers I've used, maybe like 3 or 4 of them, I don't think I've healed anything yet. Whereas, you know, it's just the Shadow Form you can just use every turn on something, if it's just their face even. Okay, that's a good one. I feel like we Dream the Shambler. He can get a better one, but his hand is so small, and he already did it on his second-rate Bruiser, meaning I feel like I'd rather Dream the Shambler than the Bruiser.
This might sting.
I'm pretty all in at this point. I've even played my Kazakus, one of my main value cards. I got like a 10 mana potion and played it. Finley to try to get life tap. Oh, I haven't thought about that. I don't know if you even want something like that, but okay, I am long out of steam now. Yeah, this is a hard matchup, even with Ragnar's. Also, I have less Draconid Operatives with Reno deck. I just have less value. I think it was me when what was it? Oh, the biggest donation I've ever been given. I think it was.
Anduin versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine.
The light
Okay.
shall bring victory.
Matchup again. I'm gonna keep Dragon Operative. In Arena deck, my deck has less of them, and it's a Tempo Dragon. Probably don't keep Agile Drake on turn 5, but this guy's a nice, strong move. But, you know, I don't know if that game is super indicative of that matchup, because I think some of that was him getting the super combo early, like the Brand combo.
No.
Brand MC tech with Dirty Rat. What was Zeta Lots Rare Priest? I was trying some OTK burst style fairly recently. Because you can use Raza and then Justicar. Start Blacksteel for 4 with like stuff like Auctioneer Beardo and a lot of spells in Shadow form. Auctioneer Beardo Shadow form. You can every hero power is free, so every spell is an additional 4 damage.
Buying or selling.
I don't know. I feel like you would have to run a lot of like Acolytes of Pain and Novice Engineers and Acolyte. What's it called? The other card draw. Northshire Cleric. Try to cycle through a whole deck draw combo with the Reno deck. It's hard though to play a Reno style like combo deck. They're just not really inherently made for that. I'm not gonna value this guy too much. Like, I think a 2/6 here can actually survive minion trades. Like say he plays Twilight Drake or minions with 4 attack. This can survive multiple turns. 2/2, if I make it a 2/4, it does survive like an AoE, but I don't think that's very relevant. It probably trades into this first minion. I was on a post-breakup tier. Aw. Hey man, why don't you use golden cards? I don't have that many. I mostly DE them if I have, if I need dust. Recently I haven't needed dust anymore, so I stopped DEing them. So I'm starting to use some more golden cards as I collect them. It's a pretty good draw, because our minions are very likely surviving another turn. Northshire Cleric can allow us to play around AoE by just like trading and cycling it for a heal without committing another 5-drop to an AoE. I feel like we can still go pretty hard though for a while, because my board is 6 health minions for now, and Twisting Nether isn't till turn 8. Thoughts on Inner Fire on standard Dragon Priest? I would say Divine Spirit is much better than Inner Fire. Just even on your best minions, other than say Ysera, which is kind of too much of a corner case, stuff like this, Divine Spirit would add 6 health, Inner Fire would add like 4 attack, and it doesn't seem like it's good. Whereas Divine Spirit is actually close. Like you're mostly looking to trade and keep your minions alive, so turning a 3/6 into a 6/6 isn't really as good as doubling the life. That's an aggressive coin out. It must be for a reason. I can't think of it though. Like maybe a Kazakis potion for 5, but I can just trade here. I don't know why this matters. To deal 1 damage to my Mistress of Mixtures. I'm just trying to think. I'll continue to go hard on this instead of Northshire here, because I'm still not really into range. I'm not in range of Twisting Nether anytime soon. Oh, he had 10 cards. Okay. I did not notice that, but makes sense. That's good for me, though, that he lost his coin like that, because now I have to play around less of a range. Like, I don't have to be scared of coin Sylvanas here, and I don't have to be scared of coin Twisting Nether in 7. Like, I almost feel like it might have been better for him to just mill a card. Who knows? Ooh. So we want to save this till turn 8. I feel like we just steal it back. And try to kill him.
Let me change your mind.
Actually, that is not a good idea.
Is someone injured?
Okay, 11. We need to threaten, force them to play Reno here. 8. Yeah, okay, so now it's 16 damage. So if without playing either one of these minions, we can't threaten lethal. At least not on board. Because even though it feels like I'm committing a lot to AoE, it's the fact that his AoE can't kill everything.
We're gonna be rich.
And against Reno, I want to have a lot of power if he does play Reno. He still has a turn for AoE, so I can brand Historian here and trade for Reno. So I'll trade these two, heal this guy, like this.
Who knows what secrets
Once upon a time.
Right away.
So he still can't twist another next turn. And if he has a single target brand here, like I feel like brand casters might be a little bit better, but then having another dragon is like almost as good as having a potion, and he has a single target down brand before twisting another. Okay, looks like he has this combo.
at last? A worthy disciple.
My minions are mostly not good. 3 minions is a decent amount, though. They're mostly going to be small minions, right? Like Twilight Whelp, North Star Cleric, Mistress of Mixtures. I feel like especially Mistress of Mixtures. Let's get the demon. There's some reason to take like maybe the 3 friendly minions first. That way if you get the gold thorn effect where you get +6 health and everything, it might be good together. I feel like this is about as good. In fact, this might even be better than 3 friendly minions and giving them all +6.
So many possibilities.
Because just having a 8/8 extra, which already doesn't die to AoE.
I have no time for games.
Almost out of time.
We need 8 more damage here. I'm gonna have to double trade because if I go all face and then I can't burn him out This is not even burn. I have to keep going for board control. And he can AoE me. If he twist things, he loses his guy, but still.
Serve.
Need to keep up the pressure here. I think it's all about pressure for me. Like, I cannot ever play reactive. I'll just die to Draxus if I fall behind. So I can't have Twisting Nether for me. It's not good for me. Dirty Rat isn't good either, because I'm not... I don't think it would be good. Because I can't afford to lose board control, and I can pull out scary minions. Like, I don't really lose the combo in like the Leroy PO kind of sense combo. Might be interesting to pull out Draxus, but...
Trust me.
Oh, he stole my mistress. I was actually thinking when I made this potion that I might get back the mistress, which is bad. But then I guess I will never get it back.
Your history.
He has his MC tech. But I should keep my board in a better shape here. Actually, it's for 2. Our hand's still pretty scary. Like, we have a lot of steam left over. And he has played Reno already. If we constantly have board control, then we should be fine. It's hard for him to play Draxus. I guess what this means is, since he's already a Shadow Flame, it's hard for him to take board control from us. Because that's his only one-way board clear. Everything else is dual, like both sides. So he won't really have board control after. So that's good for me. MC Tech, Shadow Flame, some of his most important cards have been played in Reno. The one thing I'm scared of is Abyssal Enforcer at some point. Like, I need to always play around Abyssal Enforcer, because that's one way he can pull ahead. Oh, that's the last option now. But he actually didn't even pull ahead. Not really. I feel like we should try to force him to use Twisting Nether, so then because it takes a long time for us to trade. Like, I like Face and Kazakh's Potion. The only thing I'm worried about is dying. He needs 13 to kill me. Faceless plus Leroy is only 12. Well, something happened. And I can make this kind of move where I don't kill his board because of the fact that he has used cards like Shadow Flame already. Like, this move is suicide if he has Shadow Flame. Like, just auto lose the game to Shadow Flame. Well, the thing is, he's used his PO, so if he has Leroy combo, it's only 12 damage. Also, he hasn't played Emperor.
I wonder.
Midnight Drake is a uprooted Twilight Drake. That's true. This looks like an Entomb turn. Just need to deal with the big dude here.
I must consider.
Oops.
Right away.
I'm not gonna trade again here. He puts me at 13 on attack. Let's see if we die. Nope. Live on the edge. Because I kind of want to force him, like he might have a Hellfire, but I feel like that would be fine. If I leave up the minion, he trades into my Mountain Giant Hellfires, because that's 4 less mana I have to worry about. Strong plays like Ragnaros. And he's already so low.
Anduin versus Malfurion. I must protect the one.
The light shall bring victory.
I'm gonna keep the Shower Pain. Actually, it's for Fandral mostly. But they usually ramp early, and it's... Well... Actually, I think it's better to drop it. Going second with the coin, because I can ramp out 4 drops and then use like Blackman Corruptor and trade into Fandral. I feel like early Fandral is more likely when they have the coin, because they can turn 1 coin iterate Fandral. But if they don't have that, like no one's gonna double iterate Fandral. That's something I've never really seen before. Any chance to play some Reno Mage today? I think probably not today.
Are you mocking me?
Thoughts on the deck at the moment? It's pretty cool.
Is someone injured?
Because we have no strong tempo play this turn, so I might as well save my coin and use this for the draw. Because we have no dragon for Twilight Guardian. Kazkiss isn't super powerful. It's a 3/3 for as far as the tempo of the minion goes. It's only a 3/3, and I have to burn the coin for the Kazkiss move. Just try to protect our Nerf Shark Cleric here. Breeding a new Control Shaman after release. I don't know. I mean, that's not how I make decks. I just kind of make them when I look at the editor and come up with ideas. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to make. I've been trying a lot of stuff. Nothing has come up super powerful yet. as far as like super home brews and stuff. These decks are kind of, I don't know, kind of more standard. One thing I can do is, if I have a wide board, I can go for Cascus, go for 1 mana potion, and just try to get a AoE effect that buffs everyone. That's a pretty value Cabal as well.
I wonder.
At last, a worthy disciple.
Quickly.
Are you mocking me?
Right away.
Okay, I think that was like one of the best results. That's kind of why I went for this play. And I had a backup if my 1 mana potion fails and doesn't, it's like it doesn't turn out good, I can coin Lesser Heal and cycle something with the Northshire Cleric. Because I feel like that +2 gold Thorn effect is so good when the board is stalled out like this. Like we both have 5 minions each on both sides. And that Cabal wasn't actually that good because I don't get good trades after a Cabal. I Cabal this and he still has a taunt. When I trade and I lose my minions without the buff, like I would have lost my Cleric. I don't have that much time left over though. If he swipes here and just clears a lot of my board because his Jade is getting kind of out of control. Ragnaros huge for me though. It's good. I tried for several hours the last few days to make hand buff Paladin work, but couldn't find an optimal list. Have you had any success with the Goons mechanic you think is powerful? I have not had any success. That's why I dropped down to rank 4. I was like almost to rank 2 and doing a lot of testing with Paladin. I've tried slower and faster lists. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. It has to be Cabal here. Just because it develops another minion. Like Shadow Form and then try and kill the Azure Drake. The problem is then I do kill the Azure Drake, but all I have left is like a 1-3 or 1-2 and a 2-1. Whereas Cabal gives me a 4-5 on board.
You think this is funny?
And a 2-2. So this is just way better even though I'm leaving up Azure Drake. I have a Goons list I can show you that I haven't tried yet. It's like my latest creation of that because that's the deck that I've been working a lot on. Probably the deck that I've been working the most on decks that I haven't found out working yet. I think either really fast could be good or kind of really grindy. I've tried like in the middle, like not like kind of fast. That has not been good at all. I haven't tried super fast. Like all the decks I've tried that are like kind of fast haven't worked. Like Dragon Goons I've tried. I've tried stuff with let's say 5 or 6 cards above 5 mana. So you know, not like super face, and that hasn't worked either. I want to try a version with equality. Like, basically, I feel like Goons can be good still if you are squeezing in a lot of hero powers. So instead of going for a mana curve where you're playing, you know, Smuggler's Run and then Gadgetzan, I don't know the card, I think it's like Smuggler, Gadgetzan Smuggler, and then you play, I don't know any of the names, like where you draw 3 1-drops. It's like too hard to play. I feel like it's easier to just kind of squeeze in hero powers a lot in the early to mid game. Okay, so falling behind. That's not gonna work. And 2-1 Aya is pretty good, but I don't think that's gonna help me. It's gonna fall further behind. I need to pull swing cards like Dragonfire Potion. Grime Street Outfitter. Okay.
Behold the rage of the Firelands!
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
I feel like we need to set up Shadow Form this turn. This guy kind of... If he takes like value trades, I can set up for Chill Maul or Shadow Form. Chill Maul with Shadow Form next turn together. Hopefully it clears out some of the stuff. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, this is just way too much.
You have better.
Alright, let me see which one I was thinking about. This is like a dragon list that I've played with the Grime Street effect. It actually didn't seem that good or that bad. It didn't seem super competitive though. Okay, apparently I don't have the list. I think that was the list I deleted. It was just empty for some reason. I don't know, I never really kind of finished making it, but I wanted to try a list with Equality Consecrate. This is kind of like the when I tried that's like kind of fast but not super fast. When I was talking about like around 5 cards above 5 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. It wasn't like really fast enough to run people over, but it didn't really win the late game either. All right, let's give this deck a little bit more try.
Anduin versus Anduin.
The light shall
I could never really get Raza in this deck. It's just everything is. It feels like you never get what you want. I was trying out how to make like Ink Master Solia the best. I was trying like Reno tempo mages.
Is someone injured?
And since I was mostly kind of still like a fast deck, I just decided to use Bomb Squad so I can use my life as a resource with Reno. Like that's one way that Ink Master is pretty good, potentially, but it hasn't been that good because other decks are still stronger. And you're losing a lot of the consistency of Tempo Mage by being a Reno style.
You wish to live forever.
Okay, so the reason why I didn't play Technician is because if he plays Blackwing Technician, I want to be able to kill it without losing any minions. Like, it kind of makes sense to buff the Technician because it's a minion with higher attack, so you value the life on that minion more as well. But I wanted to play around that certain contingency where I do want to do it this turn.
You wish to live forever.
Although, the more I think about that, it kind of makes less sense. Actually, maybe it makes more sense than I think. Because I was thinking here, he still has Northshire to finish off my 3-1, but I can Potion of Madness.
I must
Still can't clear everything.
Right away.
Your soul.
Job's done.
Silkstalker 980 and Amper Scamper. Thanks for the subs, guys. Welcome to the Strife Crew. Here's a Crowfist. Confessor Peltress with free hero powers. I almost feel like everything that doesn't play on curve isn't really viable, just because it's not really a Raza deck, it's a Tempo Dragon Priest, like first and foremost. That, like, the Shadow Form portion of this deck is not the main feature. Okay, that's not good for him. Maybe he has all kind of circle at some point, though. Let's continue playing high health minions here. Light Bomb doesn't clear our board, so we'd rather push for more tempo than to heal with Northshire. Maybe at some point we're playing around all kind of circle combos, but not for now. Yellow Lab 172 and Ren Levy. Thanks for the subs, guys. Welcome. Here's the Crowfist.
Is someone injured?
Our board here is almost as strong
Side effects.
as the Technician play.
At last, a worthy disciple.
We're both kind of running out of cards. I feel like I very likely go for Raza here instead of Bookworm. Maybe get the Stroll going.
Surrender your will to
This might
Right away.
Strongest deck in the meta right now, other than Pirate. I think it's Reno Lock. Looking for a way to protect our Northshire here. Oh, that's good.
Right away.
Cascus Potion is gone. We don't have to play around 4 damage AoE. Might be Dragonfire Potion still. This is also Dragon. Keeping this alive might be pretty good.
crystals, fresh from Kazakis.
Actually, should play around Excavate Evil. Maybe Holy Nova. Because those are probably in his deck if he's playing a Reno deck. Any particular Reno lock list? Not really. I don't think it's figured out yet. Okay.
time is money, friend.
Well played.
Interesting.
Once upon a time.
So my board is already like, I already have board control. Right now I'm just trying to keep my hand as good as possible. Meaning I want to cycle as much as possible with Auctioneer Beardo and Northshire combo. Because I'll never really be able to solidify my board against certain types of AoEs. Maybe Dragonfire Potion. Actually, I can play Dragons and play around that more, but there's stuff like Oknai, Circle, and maybe World Pyromancer combos. I'm actually really looking for Shadow Form now. It can deal a lot of damage. I can actually heal if this is up. I can heal Shadow Form and start doing damage.
Quickly. I must consider.
Wonder what his other potion is.
I see gold in your future. Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Oh, he's a dragon priest. Really?
I must consider.
Skip bookworm. This doesn't work anymore.
Death to the pretender.
Why I thought he was a control priest? It almost felt like he was playing control. Like everything he played wasn't a. It's already turn 10. He hasn't even played one dragon. It's weird because Dragon Priest is a tempo deck and he's just playing purely reactive. With that, like the type of cards he's playing is reactive too, like Cabal Courier and Dirty Rat. But yeah, because I know he's a Dragon Priest, I should take Bookworm. There's so many good targets that I'm going to be able to get eventually, since he has Bookworms himself. He has Twilight Guardians, he has like all the 3-mana stuff. Cabal Talon Priest, Blackwing Technician.
Blessed be this funnel cake.
Must move quickly.
I should try to play more dragons here. Let's go hard since our brand is up instead of Bookworm. Play the Corruptor.
I wield the power. Now time. Rule of history.
That's actually so sick. I guess there's a reason not to play Reno.
Mental dislocator.
Well played.
2 damage off. But we don't have it. Trade in both Dragonfire Potion, then trade for Brand. That's an expensive move.
I wonder.
Let me change your mind.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
No time.
We left up his dragon for Dragonfire Potion, but we also have 1 dragon and 2 minions above 5 health. Because the brand was actually really helpful to set this out of range of Dragonfire Potion. And also the brand itself is 6 health.
I wonder.
Now we have a brand again at the beginning of our turn. Okay, Shadow Form. Our Beardo is dead.
Secret agent coming.
I don't even know at this point. Let's take the corruptor here. Like, do we really need to commit any more to this board? I think the answer is no, but what do we do?
I must consider.
I wield the power.
Quickly.
Once upon a time.
So again, I try to keep this guy alive above 5 health. That's why I trade in the corruptor instead of trading that one in.
Secret agent coming
I've actually just gone infinite, huh? In Draconite Operatives. Just playing them over and over again. I only have 1 in my deck. And I somehow have 3 bookworms. This deck's pretty good at the grind. It's just, like, Jade decks don't really operate like that. They operate a lot in tempo, too. Alright, this actually should be a good matchup. Part of the reason why we're going Reno is so we can beat Dragon Warrior more often. Have access to big heal cards. We just have to have early plays here. Twilight Guardian is close, but not really good enough.
Is someone injured?
Okay, that's a really good draw. It's actually really hard for Pirate Warrior to deal with the 1-3 on turn 1. The other day, Crit played 1 operative for 5 turns in a row. Got a 6. That's happened to me actually a decent amount, too.
I wonder.
Who goes there?
I'm in charge.
Who goes there?
Right away.
We have to play this very fast. Can't afford to heal my North Shore Cleric because I'm effectively leaving up a 3-2 next turn if he has a weapon, which is almost always going to happen. So heal on North Shore doesn't even heal it. Like, it doesn't actually contribute anything.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
This is just how you have to play it. I mean, just have to play everything out against Pirate Warrior. I have to even play Nether Spite next turn if I don't have a dragon.
Be thirsty.
Uh-oh.
Must consider.
I actually can't play it because I'm taking more damage by playing it than by not playing it. It allows him to trade his 2-1 in
Blood
and his weapon in. I guess it's not more damage. It's... Is it more damage? It's the same amount of damage. Because this just grows to 7-4 after the trade. And actually, I take more because it goes to 8-4 after his weapon trades in.
Surrender your will.
I still have Dragonfire Potion, potentially Reno, some top decks, that would be good.
Once upon a time.
You have best.
Anduin versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
The light shall bring victory.
I feel like even 3-drops here isn't even that good. If I can get 1 drop in a 3 and a 3, but I feel like it's better just to go drop everything here. There's actually like 5 or 6 cards that are lower cost than 3 in my deck. Uh-oh. Because I have Mistress, Potion is good, Northshire, Whelp, Ooze,
Who goes there?
stuff like Rumrus Agent. Just going for those. At least I got a Kazakus. There's actually a few cards above 3 mana I would keep, like Reno, Kazakus. I think those are the only 2, but yeah, those two I would actually keep in my opening hand as well. Because they're too good. I don't think I'd keep Raza though.
My blade be thirsty.
I feel like we have to play Drake. If we play Kazakus, he trades, and his Frothing just gets to 4/4. AoE does 2. If you didn't play a 3-drop minion with 4 health, I'd probably go ahead and play Kazakus to try to get the AoE. But the AoE isn't going to kill Frothing. Unless I get like something like AoE for 2 and then deal 3 damage. I have to have the exact potion to clear the board. Hmm. 5 plus 6 is 11. So I would die on board if I play Kazakus. I'm pretty much dead then. Because Kazakus increases the damage of his board, you can trade the pirates in to make us, like, basically they're each 2 damage if I play him.
You have best.
Okay.